everybody here, thank you so much for coming. Y'all are amazing. And so many of y'all know my story to where where I am today. But a lot of you don't. And I just wanted to, Dr. B wanted me to share kind of my testimony, kind of where this whole journey began. And she, if you haven't met her, she's not only my professor, but she is a dear friend, and she has rooted me on from the beginning. And I've been so fortunate to know her. She actually was my sister Anna's professor 15 years ago. So just a little background of where I began this journey, and I don't want to get too emotional, but and it's okay if I do. Back in 2016, I told Steve, I said, I want to go back to school. Well, a lot of people don't know here, but at that point, I had only ever had, I had went through middle year of my 9th grade year in high school, and I quit school. I quit school to have Amanda and get married and raise a family, because that's, at the time, my grandmother and mom, bless their heart, they were old school Southern Belle women. That's what we did. We got married and we raised families, and that's very honorable if that's what you're doing. I mean, that is not for the faint of heart. So anyway, I began my journey. I signed up for a GED program at West Georgia Tech, and they told me initially that it would probably, for my skill level, it would probably take me a little over a year to complete it. And granted, at that time I had not had any algebra or anything, nothing like that, since 1980, 1982, 1981, 80, somewhere around there. So anyway, I signed up for the program, and 4 months later I graduated with high school with honors. Yeah. And so I knew... I called my mentor, Sister Anna, that I adore so much. I asked her, I said, what do I need to do to graduate like you? And she said, here's what you got to do. You got to make good grades, and Mercer will take you. And so I talked to West Georgia Tech in Noonan, and they said that I would need to excel in my grades there, and then Mercer would probably accept me. So West Georgia Tech told me if I maintained a 4.0 throughout college for my associate's program, I could go into my undergrad program in teaching. So I signed up for West Georgia Tech. I knew I wanted to get out of that pretty fast too, so I took 5 classes at a time. Every semester the doors were open, I was there. And I never quit, I never stopped. There were many times I wanted to stop. So then I applied to Mercer, and Mercer immediately responded back and was like, your grades are perfect, you're in. So I started that journey, and about a year and a half into that journey, I walk in Dr. B's class. It was an instructional technologies class, and that day I was teaching actually in a pre-K class, and I had a migraine headache. I had a really bad migraine headache. And so I went to class, and I told Dr. B, I said, I'm not feeling well. And so it was the first day in college there, and I think it was my 2nd semester. And so I said, I need to leave. I've got a bad headache, I don't feel well. So I called Steve on the way home, and I said, I'm headed to the hospital, something's not right. So I got to the hospital, and I had a lacunar stroke that should have paralyzed me all the way on my left side, but it only made my lip droop very slightly. God was with me.
Yes.
Thank you, Jesus. And so, 2 years in, my whole life just stopped. Amanda went home to be with the Lord, and I thought that was the worst part in my whole life. I thought I was dying. She was not only my daughter, but she was my best friend. And as many times as I wanted to quit college and say to hell with it, I didn't. I didn't. I just kept the faith. I had dear friends like Mary Kay, and I had family rooting me on. And Steve would say, I've seen you struggle, but this is hard. Just stop. Just stop. And I said, no, I can't stop college. I cannot. It's my saving grace. Mercer is my wife. You know, it sustained me through that. And I had dear friends I'd met along the way. And so I knew I wanted to graduate strong. And I wasn't going to give up because Amanda was cheering me on so much. And then last year, my world was rocked again. My dear brother went home to be with the Lord tragically. And he was one that would tell me, I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. And I wanted him to be at my graduation today, but you know what? He wasn't there in the physical body. But I know my brother saw me walk across that stage today because I felt him there. Told you I wasn't going to get emotional. But anyway, I know he's there. I know God is real because he has kept me and sustained me through the hardest imaginable things in life. And don't ever sell yourself short because you can do this. Whatever you put your mind to, whatever you can. Today, a 73-year-old woman walked across that stage and got her diploma. And it's never too late to fulfill your dreams. And I may be 55 years old walking across the stage, but I'm here to tell you that it's doable. And you just have to put your mind to it, know what you want to do in life and succeed, whether it's go back to college or whether it's to just be the best mommy your babies can have. And I just believe, oh, and there's Miss Stacy. Raise your hand back there, Miss Stacy. Miss Stacy, Karen Stacy, was my GED teacher, and she always believed in me. And yes, and I love you so much. I love you so much. And there were days I would come to her class and I didn't know how to. She would say, "We got to do some quadrilateral whatevers," and I'd be like, "Oh God." She rooted me on all the way. But I just want to tell you again, thank you all. I love you all. Y'all are amazing. Lorna, through all of this, she earned her PhD. She is a plant pathologist.
I went to school as an old lady too.
She did too. Well, I wouldn't say you're old. We're not old, girl. We're just getting started. But anyway, she is a plant pathologist for University of Georgia. So y'all give her a hand. So through all this, not only did God have me in the right place at the right time with great family, great friends, but he planted in my life some of the most smart women. Like Dr. B, she's so kind and so meek, but I mean, she's ran for political office. I mean, she is, I've heard her say once before, our education department has been so dumbed down. And we need to do something about that to make our kids not feel like that. And because our kids are so, there's so much potential in children that our public educational system don't even see those potentials. And so Dr. B has been such an instrument in my life to help me see that. But I appreciate everybody. I love you all. I thank you for my children that's here and their spouses, and my Scarlett, my Dakota, and then my grandbaby, and my other grandbabies. So, but thank y'all. I love y'all so much.
We love you.